It's the 24th of May, 1901. Beneath the rolling hills of the Sussex downland, a light breeze sweeps across the patchwork of fields, stitched together by thick hedgerows and wooded copses. Some fields will be used for growing wheat, and some have cattle browsing the new spring grass, but many will be left to grow long for cutting hay. These fields will look stunning as the summer progresses, flecked with the blues, reds and yellows of wildflowers, lady's bedstraw, poppy, cornflower, rising up through the grass, all adding to the vibrancy of summer. The hedgerows are large, burgeoning high and wide with hawthorn and blackthorn. The dogrose and bramble twists through its heart, marauding through the tangled mass and bursting forth in shocks of pink and white flowers. And all around, wherever you listen, the landscape is filled with birdsong. The purring of turtle doves pulsates from deep within the hedgerows, as do the jangles and jitters of the buntings, corn, searle and yellowhammer. Linnets fly around the landscape wherever you look, dancing with the swallows and singing their bouncy, joyful song. Other birds are preparing to make home in the English countryside too, after long journeys from the south. The peculiar, raspy one-note call of corncrakes can be heard throughout the rising flora. They will nest secretly within the meadows, their chicks immediately scampering into the greenery as soon as they hatch. The sound of skylarks fills the air, cascading down from tiny black dots lifting higher and higher above the meadows. Grey partridge scuttle from beneath the hedgerows, their presence only revealed by the movement of the grass and their harsh call, until they flush in front of you, with powerful wing beats gliding over to the other side of the field. A common whitethroat sits proudly upon a stem of cow parsley, sending out his scratchy song before diving back into the cover of the bramble, where his mate sits tightly on a clutch of eggs. Another unusual call comes from somewhere hidden in the grass. Not the corncrake, but just as secretive. The only clue to its presence is its distinctive three-note call. This is a quail, a small, unassuming, dumpy bird that has flown thousands of miles from Africa to add its unique voice to the chorus. The famous sound of the cuckoo echoes across the valley, the males attempting to persuade a female to mate before she goes about stealthily depositing her eggs in the nests of other birds. The cuckoos have alerted a lesser whitethroat and redback shrike, who bounce around the tops of the scrub, scolding in fear of having their nests discovered and the cuckoo's imposter egg injected into their clutch. A flutter of tree sparrows quarrel in the hedgerows, their great abundance supported by the spilt grain that sees them through the winter, and the abundance of insects that they now carry back to their chicks in the fracture of an ancient oak tree. Amongst the busy chorus there's a more modest tone, a perpetual trill that's almost indiscernible. But listen, you'll hear it. This plaintive song belongs to the grasshopper warbler, clinging to the side of a creeping thistle. A Montague's harrier quarters the meadow, only a metre above the grass as she looks for a meal. Many birds here are on the menu, as are the countless mice and voles that hide below. The lapwing pair breeding nearby follow her as she glides, dive-bombing repeatedly and driving her away from their precious young. Rain clouds roll over the landscape. The great oak in the corner of the field by the river provides a perfect place to shelter. A lone reed bunting continues his melancholy song, to be joined by the tones of lesser whitethroat from a nearby elder. The rain soon passes, and the Sussex cattle in the distant pasture can be heard as the birds begin to raise their voice once more.